Hello, it's Wednesday morning and I thought I would try doing a vlog for the first time in over a year approximately. It's been a while. I go back and forth between doing knitting videos, sewing videos, reading videos, and I'm just going to do a big combination of what I'm reading slash making slash doing throughout the week, and that's what we're gonna attempt. So it's Wednesday morning. I don't know for how long I'm gonna film for. My kids are doing school at the table. So we're just going to take you along over the next chunk of time and see how it goes. But I thought I would share with you what I will be reading throughout this vlog. So I am currently reading A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Obviously, you know who that guy is. And I am on page 124. I was the biggest Game of Thrones fan when I was about 18. It took over my life. Read the books, watched the show, obsessively named my dog Greywind. I loved A Game of Thrones, and I have not reread it in over a decade, and so I decided that I wanted to give it a try. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a little bit. I plan on finishing at least the first book, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue with the series. When I originally read it, it was before I had kids, and I am a much softer person since then, and the content in these books is a little harrowing for me. I want to read it. I want to keep going. Don't know if I'm going to be able to, and I definitely will not be rewatching the show. I can tell you that much right now. But I paused here, and I have not picked it up for a few days because something's about to happen that's going to crush me. I realized rereading the series that the grief is not worth the read. Some books, the grief is so beautiful and it's worth going through that journey with the characters to have, you know, them inevitably die at the end. I'm not thinking that this is at this moment. We'll see. I'll give you more thoughts as I continue reading it, but I was telling Scott, like, I'm so stressed out and it's not even that good. But I know when I read this originally over a decade ago, I thought these books were it and amazing. I thought the writing was so great, and I'm not feeling as strongly towards it now, but we'll see as I move forward. The next book that I'm reading is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. One of my goals this year was to read through the entire Wheel of Time. I'm 100 pages into the first book, and I am quite intrigued. It's not how I thought it would be. I have this really bad habit where I look at a cover, I hear somebody talk about a story, and I make a plot in my head that it's going to be based on without ever reading the back of the book. And then I go into it and I'm like, wow, that's not at all what I thought it was going to be like, which is obvious because I completely fabricated it in my brain. So this is not what I thought it was going to be. I was assuming it to be more like Game of Thrones or the Farseer trilogy, kind of like the older, more classic fantasies from the 90s and early 2000s. And it's not like that. This actually is reading very current fantasy, I feel like. Like, picking this up, I can see a lot of fantasy novels that I have read inspired by this. It's kind of crazy that this was one of the originals that the fantasy we have now was built off of. So I am enjoying this. It was getting a little spooky last night. I was reading this last night alone in my room at like 1 a.m. I had to text Scott and be like, oh, I'm scared, bro. But I kind of have some feelings of where this series is going to go, and I'm really enjoying it. And I love these covers. I ordered the hardback because I thought the paperback editions out right now were so ugly. So I have this really pretty hardback that I'm excited about. And the next book that I will be reading throughout the week is Anne of Avonlea by Ella Montgomery. Last night I finished Anne of Green Gables. I read the entire series this month, and I am now reading it again. I actually read Anne of Green Gables back in January, and then I read the other 7 books like a week or 2 ago, and I immediately had to reread them because they changed my life, and I'll talk more about that as I'm going on through this video, I'm sure. But this was so good. I read most of this last night, and then I did start Anne of Avonlea last night, and I think I just got to I'm on chapter 3. So excited. I'm going through and highlighting and annotating all of my favorite bits. I'm not like a very deep annotator. I don't go through and do like the most beautiful prose or the really like crushing scenes. I just do my favorite parts. Usually it's the bits that make me laugh, or I want to go back and look at it, or if I'm talking to somebody about the books and I want to mention a certain part, I mark those ones. That is what my reading week is going to look like, potentially. We'll see. I tend to branch off and do a million different things. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is what I'm knitting on this week. Very excited about it. I am making a sweater for, I think, Willamine. I think that's who I decided this sweater is for. It's a little popcorn sweater. This is the Louise pullover by Northside Knit Co. potentially. and I split for the sleeves last night, and now I'm just working on the body. I don't know what this yarn is called. I don't know where it's from. I'm holding a fingering weight double right now, and it's definitely a hand-dyed yarn. I went over to my mom's house and I saw a stack of this yarn, and I was like, ooh, do you want that? And she was like, no, you can have it. So I took it because the moment I saw it, I was like, this is gonna be a popcorn sweater, because it looks like buttered popcorn to me. Does it not? Like caramel or like buttery popcorn, butterbeer. It's like butterbeer from Harry Potter. Anyways, I was so excited about it, and it's going really well. I have knit the Louise pullover in several different varieties, in several different sizes. I have a lot of complaints about this pattern, and I would not knit it if you have never knit anything before, because I think the probability of you getting a garment you like is very rare. The sizing is weird. The short rows can be, there's a lot of things about this pattern that I don't like, but I've been knitting for a very long time, and I've knit dozens and dozens of garments, so I know how to take a pattern and get what I want, but I would not recommend this for a beginner, but you could always give it a go. And I think that I'm gonna knit another one of these, and I'm definitely gonna change the short rows because there's just not enough in here, and I'm going to change I'm gonna change a lot about it. I think I'm gonna cast another one of these on immediately after I finish this, and I'm going to change a lot of it, so maybe I'll talk you through that once it's going. But I think I ended up doing a size 6 for my 3-year-old who's very tiny, and that's something about these, is the sizing is very weird. So I just went until I thought it looked right. I didn't go by sizing at all. I just went until I was like, I think that'll fit her, tried it on her, it looks good, split for the sleeve. So this is what I have my knitting in right now. It's a mini Trader Joe's tote, and honestly I don't like the color. I thought I did, and now that it's home it looks more aqua than like green, but it is what it is. It's a nice little tote. I'm talking now because this has been forever. I have to go do school with my kids, and then I'll check in with you at some other point in time, I'm sure. Goodbye. Why is your hand in my pocket?
Mama,
Yeah?
that's my bubble dice.
I don't know whose that is.
You know that's my bubble dice.
You think so?
Why do you make bubble dice?
I needed 6.
My bubble dice.
200, 9,000, 9,300, 9,600,
All bubble dice.
7,000, 7,300.
My bubble dice. You're not that Anna puppet.
We're both wearing overalls today. We match.
Yeah,
And up in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo,
cuckoo,
cuckoo.
Will you have a booger right here?
To say goodbye.
Will you have a booger right here?
Endless. A hand reached toward him. Not caring if he fell over the edge of the frozen way, he had to get away, far away. He fell, flailing in the air, wanting to scream, finding no breath this morning. No breath. Abruptly, he was hungry about man, no longer from him. Great brown grass flattened under his boots, it seemed like flowers. He almost laughed to see scattered trees and bushes, leafless as they were, dotting the gently rolling plain that now surrounded him. In the distance, one stepped forward. Disappointment faded from those about him, and smiles wheeled on every face. They moved with him, and saw not seem important. It is your destiny, a voice whispered in his head, and the whisper was a thread in the paean. Carrying him like a twig on the crest of a wave, the crowd flowed into a huge square in the middle of the city, and for the first time he saw that the White Tower rose from a great palace of pale marble, sculpted rather than built, curving walls and swelling domes and delicate spires fingering the sky. The whole of it made him gasp in awe. Broad stairs of pristine stone led up from the square.
blow up the last side, and my sewing table is right against the window, so I've just been sitting and working on some dresses. I thought I would kind of show you where I'm at right now. I'm doing the same pattern on 2 different fabrics. It is the Chloe dress by Silver Saga Patterns on Etsy. She makes my favorite dress. I have 2 others in the same pattern, and it just is my favorite fit, so I thought I would do a few more. And I am almost done, but I had to stop because one of my children came in saying they were starving and I should feed her, so I'm going to do that. And then also my back is killing me. But here's dress number 1. I got this fabric with some of my birthday money. It is a quilting cotton, and I got it at Mad Bee's quilting store in Mesa. And I fell in love with it. I try not to make very many garments out of quilting cotton just because it's like not as breathable, it's quite stiff, it's not very drapey, but sometimes when I see a fabric, I just need it. Sometimes I go for fun over practicality. So here it is so far. I am almost done. I have added pockets. You can't tell, but there's a pocket in there. And I have made the tie to cinch the top in. I just haven't inserted it yet. And then I need to do the sleeves, and then I need to do the hem. And there's that one. I have kind of weird lighting right here because I'm in my kitchen window so I can watch my kids. And dress number 2, like I said, it's the same exact pattern. I am just doing it in this really pretty blue gingham linen. I am almost at the same spot. I just need to tack down the neckline bias so I can feed the tie through, but I had to take a break because I feel like my back is literally gonna split in half. But I'm really excited about this one. I cut out this fabric well over a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I just kind of was like, do I actually want that? And now that I'm sewing it, I'm actually really excited about this dress. I am using blue thread for both of them because there's quite a lot of blue in it. That's the only way that I can assembly line them like I am at the moment. But I'm really excited to have these dresses because it has been extremely hot and I am boycotting pants as of right now. Pants and shorts, they just fit me really horribly. And I would love to wear shorts and pants because I way prefer those over dresses, but until I find a pair that makes me feel happy, I'm not touching them. So, alas, that's what I'm working on right now. I am going to pause and get my kids dinner started. Actually, I made them some popsicles earlier. I bet they're frozen by now. Maybe I'll give those to them and it'll hold them over while I make dinner. That sounds like a nice plan, but hopefully I can finish these tonight and wear one of them tomorrow, and I'll show them when they're finished.
Joker.
I'm gonna pay them in a second. And then I'm going to play over there. Oh, another first round. Yes. Can I run first?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. How it's brought to life. It feels so good.
It just wasn't what I expected it to be.
Oh, really?
I was expecting it to be more like the other 90s fantasy that I've read.
Okay.
More like Game of Thrones or like the Farseer.
The one that goes to meet them and stuff?
She's an older person because there's like a main character woman that's a kid, like a teenager, and there's a main character woman that's like an older.
Who's riding with the Cajun dude? She's on the cover of your book. That's who she is. I'll show you.
Daddy swallowed a fly.
It's like that lady from the song. It's like that lady from the song. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. About 3:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, my kids just ran outside to play on the swing set for a little bit. We still have some school to do for the day. We do half of our stuff in the morning before Scott leaves for work, and then we do the other half in the evening. And then we do a lot of our chapter books and our read-alouds in the evening as well to kind of wind us down for the day. But anyways, I want to show you that I finished my dress and I love it so much. I am just so jazzed with how this ended up turning out. It is so cute. I love this fabric. I did do a long sleeve, which is the first time I've done it for this dress. I don't know if I'm gonna ever wear it long sleeves. I might shorten it later on, but for now, because of the elastic, I just bunched it above my elbows and it looks fine. But yeah, I am so pleased. This feels like very Rudy Jude to me, who is my favorite content creator. She's the only person that I miss when I'm not on social media is Julie. But yeah, I am so pleased with this. I have been doing some reading, but I have nothing that I want to update you on right now. I am reading a friend's book that she just finished writing and she wanted some feedback on. So that's what I've been focusing on, and I can't really talk about it much because it's not published and she's still going through and editing it. But I'm reading that, and I did read a little bit of The Wheel of Time last night, and I am really enjoying it. So I'm about to sit down and finish this second dress. It will not take me very long at all, and I might do that while I help the kids get through their school for the day. So I think that's everything that I want to talk about right now. I have been making some bread today, and I am about to throw that in the oven. I'm just waiting for everything to preheat. And I have a few things to prep for the morning because we are going to spend the whole day at the farm. We do every Thursday morning. And I have some stuff that I want to take tomorrow while we're there, and also some stuff I have to make for it. So I'm going to have a busy afternoon. It has been several days since we've last spoken. Today is Friday. It's about 5 in the evening, and I have some book mail to show you. I ordered several books from Target with some of my birthday money, and I don't normally order books from Target, but it was the only retailer in the US that I could find the specific books that I wanted. My dog, you can't even tell right now, but this dog is being extremely needy. So I'll show you what I got. I'm a little nervous. I try not to order books online when it is warm outside because I have had several books come in the mail that the glue has melted and then you can't read them because all the pages are falling out. So I'm hoping that these are going to be okay. I just finished the Anne of Green Gables series and it really truly changed my life. So I wanted to order the Emily of New Moon series by L.M. Montgomery, and I wanted the same colors that match the other paperbacks I have of the Anne of Green Gables. So we have Emily of New Moon. I don't know which one's second, but we have Emily Climbs, and then lastly we have Emily's Quest. I'm very excited to have these. Able to order those, I had to order a certain amount for these to be able to ship to me. So I also got The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. This is book 2 in the Wheel of Time series. I am so obsessed with these covers. Let's bring back these like classic fantasy covers because truly they make reading a series so much more fun. Yeah, dude, like the colors, the illustration style, I love it so much. Anyway, this is my little haul for the time being, which I am very excited about. I was listening to my audiobook and she goes, I love this story. And I go, I love this story too. And she goes, is it Anne? I was like, yes, it is Anne. How did you know?
All of these ones that are not that are flipped over are those.
Some of them are plain and some of them have a different design on it.
Fluffy and out.
I don't know. Okay, push it down.
Oh yeah, some of them do have
Alright, let's see.
Wait, no, they don't. Can I help? No,
You have your own Lego set to do, son.
I don't want to.
Why don't you like that one? Do you decide you hate Harry Potter?
I like Harry Potter.
You only like it? I thought you loved it.
I do love it. It's just I have more important things.
Do you think you want to go back to Universal Studios and go back to Harry Potter World?
Yeah.
Bridgerton. Definitely. Here, is that one?
That's my favorite.
No.
That's my favorite. That one?
You're so patient. Yeah, that's the right one. Thank you for sitting here with me.
That one?
Yeah. This one right here.
Now we need.
Now I need this.
Okay, you brush your teeth when she's ready.
You told me you already brushed your teeth.
Yes, I did.
No, she didn't.
You lied to me. It's been several days since we have sat down and talked to each other, and I have a few updates for you that I'm really excited about. Let's see, I have some knitting, some book updates, as well as a new book that I purchased. And I guess we'll start with the new book that I purchased. So I went to Barnes & Noble Friday night to get the new T. Kingfisher book that recently released. It's called Wolfworm. I think it came out last Tuesday. And I am a huge T. Kingfisher fan. If you don't know, I'm quite obsessed with her writing. I think she's just really great. And every time I go to buy one of her new books, can't find it. They're sold out or it's just missing. And I checked online to make sure they had it in store before I went. Got there, couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I went up to one of the workers and I was like, please, can you help me find this book? And he was like, we have 3 in stock. That man searched high and low through every section. He literally went through like world history, fantasy, YA, horror, mystery, cookbooks. He went through the entire store trying to find that book for me, and we could not locate it anywhere. Me and my mom were there just lapping the store for about an hour, looking at every section just in case somebody put it somewhere because it said there was 3 in stock, and there wasn't, and I was very sad because I really wanted that book. But I did pick up a new book. I don't think that this was technically supposed to release yet. Maybe it had, I don't think so. I think they just had this out early, but anyways, this is The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. She is the author of The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse, which are 2 of my favorite books. I do enjoy cozy fantasy, and those are the top of my list. So I was really excited to see this, and it's a really pretty book. It has really nice sprayed edges. It's paperback, which is a bummer. I prefer hardback. But I'm excited to read this. I feel like it might be considered YA, because it is based on a 16-year-old. So we're gonna find out together. This is gonna take me so little time to read because the font on these pages is so large. I'm really excited to get into this. I just think that her worlds that she creates are so cozy. I wanna live in them forever. So hopefully I like this one as much as I love her other books. For a reading update, I have felt like such a loser the last few days because I have not been reading very much. I do really good on no sleep. I can keep going forever, but the moment I'm around people, my brain and my body just end up drained and I get so tired, and that's what's been happening. We've had a really busy weekend. We've been doing lots of stuff with family, and it wears me out. And then by the time it's time for me to sit down and read, once the kids go to bed, I have no desire to because I'm so tired. So I have not made as much progress as I hoped to, but I do have a little bit to talk about. So first we're going to talk about Anne of Avonlea. I am on page 170, and this has 326 in it. So I have like 150 pages left. Really enjoying this. This is not my favorite in the series of Anne on Green Gables. I think that this one and Anne of the Island are some of my least favorites, but I am still really enjoying it. I'm excited on this reread. One of my favorite parts about this book is that Anne is still mainly set in Avonlea, which I love being there with her. And I get sad when she moves away and we don't get to see as much of Marilla and the people there. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I would like to finish this by tomorrow night, which will be the last day of March. And I like to have like a clean slate going into the new month. I have not read any more of A Game of Thrones. I am going to hopefully start it up again at the beginning of April. It's just taking a lot of mental energy for me to read that book knowing what's about to happen. Right, and then I am almost finished with The Eye of the World. I am on about page 560, and I think there's like 640, 650 something in it, so about 90 pages to go. And I am really enjoying this. It's crazy. I think I said this in the beginning, but throughout this book, I can just see all the other books I've read where they've taken inspiration from. Can you hear my kids singing? They're playing right now. But yeah, I am really enjoying this. It is one of those books though where I'm like, how are there 14 books in this series? Times when I start a series, I'm like, where are we going to go from here? How can you keep this going for so long? And that's definitely how I'm feeling. So I'm so excited to continue reading the series to figure out where everybody's going with it. There is a character that I have hated through most of this book. Something recently happened that will hopefully change who he is as a person, maybe change his attitude, because thus far I've been like, you're an annoying little piece of shit. I don't like you. And then we just found out that they had something on their person that was like possessing them, and maybe they're healed. I don't know. We're gonna find out, because every time I read with a chapter with them, I'm like, you are being so annoying, bro. Seriously, calm down. But I love a good fantasy series, and I'm excited to read it. I definitely don't love it as much as I thought I was going to. I thought I was gonna be obsessed with it. I do love it, but it doesn't feel special. I guess that's what I'll say. You know when you read a fantasy series and you're like, this is special, this is magical, this is unlike anything I've ever read? That would be like Lord of the Rings, the Farseer trilogy, The Faithful and the Fallen, like those kind of series for me. It doesn't feel like that. It's not like a, hey, this is gonna change my life forever. Maybe by the time I finish all 14 books, it will, but thus far, I wouldn't say that I would go get a tattoo for this series right now, but maybe down the line I will. I'll let you know. A knitting update for you, because I made quite a bit of progress knitting. Hang on, let me get my needles fixed. Okay, here we are. How does it look? So if you remember, I'm knitting the Louise pullover by Northside Knit Co. for my youngest daughter, and I do not know what size I'm knitting. I just kept going until it felt right. And here's where we are. I definitely made it quite big because it's currently March, and it'll be a long time until she's able to wear this. So in case she has a crazy growth spurt, I made it quite long, and that way it'll hopefully last her at least 2 years. But I have finished the entire body. Can you see that? It's so cute, and I have started on the first sleeve. I've picked up and done my first bobble round, and that's where it is. I am enjoying knitting this sweater so much. I've definitely been in a knitting slump for the last 3 years, and this is the first time that I have been excited about something. I've been wanting to work on something nonstop. I can't wait to start the next section, and it has been really fun, and I'm really enjoying this sweater, and I can't wait to see how it looks when it blocks, because I don't love the neckline, but I think that it will loosen up quite a bit. But yeah, I've done a little bit of sewing since we last talked, but I haven't anything to show you. I made myself an outfit to wear this weekend, and it turned out really cute. I made a skirt and a top. Maybe I'll show you at a later date when I'm wearing it. And I sewed a bonnet for a friend, and then I sewed a birthday present for somebody else. So I've been doing a little bit of making lately, but my goal is to finish Anne of Avonlea as well as The Eye of the World by tomorrow night, because March will be over. By some miracle, it'd be really cool to read this, but I'm truly doubting that would happen, so I'm just gonna focus on getting these two done. But now I must go and finish up school with my kids, so it was nice chatting with you, and I will check in with you maybe tomorrow night, maybe tonight, we'll see.
Tell me what page is on. I'm still looking for it. My favorite enemy is you. The chase is all I'm gonna do. This is the longest one. My favorite enemy is you. The chase is all I'm gonna do. Sleep broken bones. Lily, don't show us where it is. Lily, don't show us where it is. No, I just saw that baby factor. No, well, don't show us where it is. Wait, did you already find the mouse? No. Good. What? Fluffy? Yeah. Why did Nana on my dog? Why Nana? Mom!
Yeah.
Why did you set the camera to watch us?
Huh?
Why did you set the camera to watch us?
You're so cute.
You know I can see your cheeks. You're smiling. No,
What?
I doubt at you.
Willie!
Yeah, that is Mama don't money. That Mama nice. It's you.
Bloody girl. The first time.
Hello, it is Wednesday, April 1st, and I'm about to end this video because I have been filming throughout the last week and it's time to say goodbye. So I'm going to give you a quick wrap up of what we've been working on. Who's first? My daughter is turning 7 years old tomorrow, and I just finished making her birthday dress, and I'm very excited. She's been talking non-stop about it, asking me when I'm going to make it, and that child has not been going to bed lately, so I have not had any time to work on it without her knowing. But my mom took her shopping today to get some new clothes, and that was the perfect time for me to squeeze out this dress, and so here it is. It's going to be definitely washed out because I'm in front of a big window, but this is what we have. It's this really pretty pink with some green and darker pink flowers, and then it has some puff sleeves. Typically this pattern has long sleeves, but because it's so warm here I did short, and it is a long dress with a huge ruffle. I cannot believe how big this child is. Oh my gosh. Oh, this dress would almost fit me. She's getting so big. Anyways, I am so excited with how this dress turns out. Every time I make this pattern, I think it is the sweetest, most magical little thing, and this is the girls' favorite pattern, and I know it is because they each have a dress from this pattern, and I wash those dresses every single week. A week does not go by where those are not in the laundry, and that tells me when they love something and they're excited about something. So dress is finished. Can't wait for her to have it tomorrow. I don't think she'll wear it on her birthday because we're going to the trampoline park, but if she wants to, that's her business. A knitting update since the last time I showed you the sweater I was working on. I'm still just doing a little bit of that sleeve, but I have finished some books, so I wanted to talk to you about them. I finished The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan the other night. I feel like my update is about the same as it was the last time we chatted. Good book, not great book. I think because of how many books there are in the series and how well known it is, I was expecting it to be an instant 5-star and wow me, and me just leave being like, wow, that was the most incredible original story, and I didn't feel like that. I don't often rate my books because how can you put a novel into words? But if I were, I would probably give this under a 5-star for sure. I'm already starting the second one. I'm a chapter or two in. I'm excited to see where that one goes, but I had a lot of thoughts, but I can't talk about them without spoiling the book. So I am excited to read this entire series. I love a chunky fantasy series, and I'm sure by the end of it I will be really amazed, especially when I get into the books that Brandon Sanderson wrote. But yeah, I'm curious. I really liked the beginning of it, like the first few chapters. And then it kind of went downhill. They split the party, which I don't love. That's like always a big bummer for me. I will say though that I am opposite for most people, and the first book in a series is always my favorite. I like the coziness, settling into the world, getting to know the characters, and this one there wasn't as much of that, and it was kind of just straight off onto a quest. I'm gonna stop rambling, but I did finish this book and I've already started the second one and I'm excited about it. I also finished the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series, Anne of Avonlea. This book was so sad at the end. This one I think ends really heartbreaking for me because Anne is now an adult. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but this book has been out for over 100 years, so my bad, I guess. But at the end of this book, Anne is leaving Avonlea, and she comes back for vacations, and she comes back for holidays, but she is now grown up, and this was the most bittersweet for me, but I really did enjoy it, and there are some really funny, beautiful lines in these books that I like to talk about. So I finished both of those before March 31st, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll finish a book, a last one to wrap up March, and that didn't happen, but I did get quite far into it. I am on page 242 of The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. Right away I started this book and I was like, ooh, I'm not going to like it, but then I just get sucked in because I love her character interactions and I love the magic system and the world she builds. So I think this one definitely is YA, and it reads like a YA, and there's a lot of like gross teen romance in it that I literally could care less about, but it's still funny and there's still some really like magical interesting thing. So I am enjoying this, but it's not my favorite, and I don't like it nearly as much as I loved The Spell Shop or The Enchanted Greenhouse. So
Oh, Mom, I made food. Then I made spice there. Then you did here at
okay, you're gonna wait right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Over 100 pages left. I'll finish this tonight really quick, and then I don't know what I'm gonna read, but you'll find out in the next vlog, maybe. I am excited to see how this ends and how this wraps up, because I have some theories, but who knows if I'll be right. Lots of things could happen. I am really enjoying this book, and it was a super fast read. I feel like I barely read it all last night, and I got over 200 pages in. So if you're looking for a quick book that isn't super annoying and gross, this is the one I would recommend. But that's everything. I hope I edit this video and then it turned out okay, because I have not filmed a long format vlog in an extremely long time, but I have a lot to do to get ready for my daughter's birthday tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.